Da-da-da. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the North Star Hangout, Episode 1, with me, Travis, and Emma. Say something.
Present.
We thought we'd try something new out, so, because we've been doing those videos, but I've been slacking because it just takes a lot of work, and thinking this might be a little easier for us to get at least one or two a month. This is
It's a
where
lot more convenient.
yeah. Sean and Jody can't join us for the first episode because they're busy buddies. They're busy bees. They got their own lives, and we got our own lives too, but we don't have much of a life besides family and stuff. Once they go to bed, we're
Yeah.
pretty much bored.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll talk about what's been going on, George Daniels, and a little bit about us, this North Star. Let's see, I guess we can start with the update for May. Um, May has turned into something pretty busy. What do
hmm
we just get done with?
Well, we went and met with the Historical Society, the Dakota County Historical Society today, and um we showed them the film that we made on George Daniels, and they really liked it. They even said that they had learned new things that they didn't know about George. So to me, that was, a pretty big reward, because
Yeah.
you expect when you go in there and you present them a story about somebody who, they're familiar with. It's a part of,
It
what
wouldn't be much of
they,
a documentary if they didn't learn anything from it.
right. And that's true. But I think that it was just kind of satisfying in a way to hear like that they did learn something.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked that um like just the little tidbits that we had put into the film. I don't want to like say and give it away,
Yeah.
but they, complimented things that we had done that I didn't know if anybody would really catch on to.
Yeah.
So I liked that, but they really enjoyed it. We've set a date for a public screening. So there will be an event at the Leduc Historic Estate June 14th. Time and all of that will be announced on Dakota County Historical Society's website, and there will also be links for it on their Facebook page at Dakota History and as well as at Leduc Historic Estate.
Cool. Hope.
So those should
Yeah.
be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Hopefully that they didn't hear that cough. I muted myself, but I don't know if it worked because me and Emma are sick. I'm dealing with stupid allergies and a
Yeah,
cold, and I don't know what the heck you had.
I don't know. I had cholera. I don't know. It was bad. I felt so sick. And then today I just had a miserable cold. So we're both sniffling and coughing and sneezing.
Yeah, but we didn't want to put this off any longer. Since we are motivated,
Yeah.
it's better for us just to start on stuff like how we did the George doc. So how did that all kind of begin? With George
That's
Daniels,
like 4 years ago.
4 years. That's
Yeah,
quite a long
4 years
time to
ago.
be working on the project. But that wasn't even before we decided to make a
Yeah.
movie out of it or documentary.
Yeah, because we got 2 years in and then we were like, well, what do we do with everything that we have? And then that's when we had started talking about putting it all together in a film format. And then as we brainstormed the idea, it just kind of escalated from there. and I don't regret it. It was well worth the time. I'm excited for it to be public so
Yeah.
that everybody can see it.
Well, from our original script for it was, let's just say it was like more Hollywood looking, but now it's a little bit
Yeah,
more simple. But it's not just simple. It's very informative, and I think we did a good job, and we're excited to show it.
yeah.
But
Yeah, from the original script, we had wanted um
whole like
reenactment.
yeah, we had we had a whole list of people who are gonna play certain parts, and then just like any other film movie project people just kind of drop off or they don't want to do it, or and then
Yeah,
just overall we just our uh, our schedules and stuff just it was a huge project for our first movie to undertake. But
yeah.
what we
It
do
was,
have is pretty good.
yeah. And after, kind of going back and reassessing, because we always had this as our plan B.
Yeah,
And it is actually really original to the original script.
yeah. We had some technical difficulties because my internet sucks, but keep myself censored because I think we're just gonna put this on Facebook or YouTube. I don't know. But what were you saying about it being similar to our original idea?
Yeah, like the how the film is pieced together is original to that original script. It's just without those reenactments, but having that, plan B of the film with reenactments and the film without,
Yeah,
like we had that idea in mind. I wish we could have done the reenactments because I think it would have added more character to George, but I think that we did a really good job with pulling that off with the B-roll and all the stock footage that we used,
hmm,
and it really kind of painted a picture of who he was and kind of the life that he had lived. So I'm really happy with it that we didn't do the reenactments.
yeah. I'm
It's
glad.
definitely something I would like to do in the future, but as for now, I'm content and I don't have any like doubts
Yeah,
or
yeah. I think if we did go with the original plan, I don't think we would have been able to finish. It probably would have taken a lot more time than. Well, we didn't start filming until the 2 year mark. In the original plan,
yeah.
we would have been doing this for until we were George's age,
Yeah, probably.
with everyone's
Especially with
schedule
all of
and
the,
canceling and
yeah. And then especially with like all of the new information that kept coming in, having to go back and like fill in for those reenactments, like it really did work out, how it was meant to.
yeah. Um. So yeah, keep an eye out on the Facebook, and I think we usually just use Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We have those, but I'm not a big social media person, so I'm just like, well, we have them. We'll use them sometime. I don't know.
I try to talk Sammy into posting on Instagram and Twitter because I can't navigate them.
And I just don't have the Facebook is about as far as I can go because it's so much easier to use. And
Yeah, habit.
yeah, and mostly have it. Um, so
And
we,
George has Facebook now.
huh?
George has Facebook now.
Yep. We can add the link for that, and then our Facebook. We have a website, but it's a little too much for us to pay every year, but we'll have that down there too.
We tend to use Facebook more.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah.
We're kind of reassessing on if the website is worth keeping at this point because we do pay for our website. So it's, do we intend to use it more frequently than we do our Facebook? But I feel like we get more interaction through Facebook. So I tend to do more with Facebook.
Yeah, same here. What was I gonna say? Dead air. That's a huge brain fart.
Well, we have the White South Dakota event as
Oh
well
yeah, that's
because
right.
we have Dakota County for the Leduc Historic Estate. We do that June 14th. And then June 22nd will be in White, South Dakota, where George had lived for over 30 years. And we will be doing a public event out there as well. And then with those public events, all the proceeds that, are made from the film will be going into um, different things associated with those sites. So for the Leduc Historic Estate, those proceeds from the film will be going into preserving the Leduc Estate and an expansion to George's exhibit that's in the carriage barn. And then for White, South Dakota, the after schoolhouse that he was employed at is looking to get new wainscoting. So the proceeds from that will be going into the schoolhouse that he was employed with.
That's
And then
a,
we will also have a donation jar. Um, George's wife, Chloe, does not have a headstone. So North Star has gone and picked out a headstone, and we have it being made. It's in the process of being made. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to complete, and we'll be bringing that with us out to White when we go in June, and it'll be placed while we're there. So we'll have a donation jar for anybody who feels like they would like to donate to Chloe's headstone. So those are as far as like the funding and stuff like that for the film and what those events mean.
mm-hmm.
It's not just showing the film, but it's also trying to help those locations, trying to pay back to them.
Yeah, they've been very kind with us and helped a lot with the movie. So, and
Yeah.
Chloe, everyone deserves at least some sort of headstone, and Chloe
Yeah.
deserves one for all the kids she had.
Yeah. 16 kids. And their son, Will Daniels, is also buried in White. And right now, we're trying to figure out where exactly he's buried in Fairview Cemetery. And if we can locate where he is, we'll have a headstone made for Will as well.
Yeah, we're busy, 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 busy. But for
Yeah, and that's just for George. We have so many other things going on right now, too.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
for May alone, we have,
we gotta do all the preparation, all the uh, promotion, and
yeah,
getting the event out there, the details of that, and yeah, it's gonna be a busy, busy summer.
yep. You just made the promotional art today
Yep.
for the historical societies. And then um, we have like the basically like anything that we need to do as far as promotional stuff for the historical societies for their events. But then we have the investigation coming up at the end of the month, and then we have filming at the cemetery.
Yeah, we got.
So yeah, we've got a pretty busy month. trying to kind of get everything in order for other projects that we're working on, and then, just keeping up with the progression with George and getting that film publicized, because once we finish those events, then the film will be on our YouTube page.
Yep, July 4th, right?
Yeah, as long as like we get the events done
Yep,
and everything goes smoothly, it'll be July 4th, Independence Day, that the film will be on YouTube.
that's good. Exciting. A lot of
Yeah.
work. Still a lot more work to do, but at least we're on the, I guess, last stretch.
Yeah. It's the fun part because now you get to like go see everybody who you've been talking to and working with, and getting to share with them the final product. Because we've had a lot of people, help us out with finding records and photos and
And
just the
yeah,
support in general. They think that it's great, and it's really nice to be able to finally get to share with them, something that you've been working on for so long.
and that
So, yeah, kind of,
low growl you're hearing isn't a demon. It's Monty snoring. I can
oh, can you?
hear. Yeah, I can hear him pretty good now.
Yep.
Just snoring away. It's her pet walrus, her pet seal.
Yeah. He's like, he's taking up half the bed,
Yeah.
and he sounds like a motorcycle. He had to show off there.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Uh,
really excited for the death documentary.
the death one. The
Yeah,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
the other really big project, say, we can't say until probably this fall,
Yeah, but
but
we'll
that's
stop
another really
teasing.
big one.
Just stop
Uh,
teasing them. Stop teasing them. It's like, what are
yeah,
they talking about? What are they
really,
talking
it's
about?
really big. It's a really big project. It's it's a really big rabbit hole. But yeah, we can't say what that one is, but it will be taking us quite some time to complete that one. But we do have another project that we're working on over the summer. We're taking advantage of summer in the nice months and nice weather.
You think it's nice weather? I hate summer.
Oh
I hate
no,
being
I love
hot.
it. Well, yeah, you wear shorts like everywhere, no
Well,
matter
because I
how
hate
cold
being
it is.
hot. I'd
We
rather be
basically have
cold.
to pull you into wearing pants.
I'd rather be cold and freaking sweating and
Yeah. Well, I like the summer.
yeah, that's when you
So it'll
bring
be
all the have all the fun investigations I go on, and that's when you set them up, and I go on. I'm just sitting there. I leave. I'm sweating, and I come home. I'm still sweating. Surprised I
yeah.
don't get dehydration or heat stroke because I'm just sweating all the time. But that's TMI. Don't you know all about my sweats?
The worst was when we were at Velisca,
Yeah, it was like 118.
and it was like 105 degrees outside,
Felt worse
and
than
you're
that.
sitting upstairs in the attic and you're just like wiping the sweat off of your face. Oh god, that was so bad.
Yeah, it was.
I like the heat, I really do, but that was hot.
Yeah, that was
We even had the air on for a little bit, and we had to unplug the AC units because of the noise.
yeah, for sound contamination.
Yep. Yeah, that was bad. But once it was nightfall, it was beautiful. Because I remember I went out laid on the picnic table bench and I was ready to fall asleep because it was like the perfect temperature outside.
Yeah, it cooled down
Stars
quite a bit.
out. It was nice. You had the trains going by. It was peaceful. I loved it.
So I guess we can go on to the next topic. So why did we decide to do this? We've been talking about doing something like this for a while. We didn't want to call it a podcast because it's not really a podcast. I guess I'll just point this question at you since my brain keeps tooting.
Salem. Okay. Salem.
What? Why did we start doing this? Why do we want to do this to begin with? This was kind of like
Well, with
your
the
main idea.
with a pod, well, I don't want to say podcast because it's not really a podcast, but we all talk so much. Just we're always discussing things and bringing up new ideas and our experiences with places and you know general conversation. Even I think that this kind of format is a really good way to kind of showcase us as a team.
Yeah.
I think that it's a really good way to update everybody because it does get difficult because we are so busy to keep up with those monthly updates. Um, so it's a really good way to, get everybody updated. It's a good way to, get conversations going and be able to have other input and other suggestions come in or have, somebody reach out to us about something maybe that we talk about because we kind of cover a lot of topics as far as paranormal and equipment and locations, things like that. But also, and I know that we've all kind of noticed this, um, is that we've been finding that there's a lot of negativity like
Yeah.
within the field, and I'm like, I know that there's teams out there that are really good, respectful teams, and they're very responsible and I like working with them, but I've also worked with teams that I don't think that they are in it for the right reason. And when I say that, my opinion of the right reason is to understand paranormal and to help those who have problems with paranormal activity or experiences.
Hmm.
And I know there's teams out there like, oh, we're doing this to help. We want to help people. But then I've watched them do the complete opposite, or, it's just, I don't want to slander
No, we don't have to, but
this is like a whole, like, there's a lot of these teams. I just noticed that recently there's been a lot more of that showing than the more positive side. And I think that we're all kind of losing touch with the origins of,
yeah.
paranormal and spiritualism and things like that. So I want to get back into the nature of
Finding, getting
learning.
back to why we even wanted to do this. Why we even want to, like, go into these places and try to talk with spirits and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, with any community, I guess too, there's
There's
always
always
gonna
good.
be positive and negative people and people in
Yeah.
it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I feel like I recognize this. I recognize that it's becoming very Hollywood. It's steering away from, the positive aspect of what
Yeah,
teams can do in the field to, better understand and learn. So I feel like if I'm just sitting back and like being an observer and then having an opinion, I'm not doing anything productive. If
yeah,
I recognize that, hey, that person probably isn't in it for the science and, you know, any like they're more in it for just the popularity and the fame,
mm-hmm,
like I'm not really doing anybody service to just sit there and watch them do it. I kind of have to be able to speak out and say like this isn't right. This isn't how paranormal investigators should act
yeah.
because I don't want the community as a whole to get a bad name from it.
And we already do have a pretty bad stigma and name and
Yeah. So it's just like I want to be able to highlight,
the good.
the great qualities about an investigator and in the team as well. But it was also after Paranormal Bully Busters started that it was like, and that kind of happened right at the time that we were talking about, like, we've talked about this for a long time. Let's just do it.
Yeah,
Because I think that's kind of when I had my breaking point of hearing somebody who I had respected as an investigator belittle another investigator who I really respected. And I kind of had a meltdown. I was so upset about it because this person had put in so much work and really spent a lot of time to put together this information for the community and for everybody of interest, to learn from. And he kind of just belittled her. And I felt didn't respect that. And it was more just a fill in for a time slot. And
yeah,
I didn't like that. I didn't appreciate that. And I felt in my heart like I needed to do something. And that's when I was just kind of like, what, let's just do it. Because I've always had the fear. I didn't want to be like, let's go start a podcast. But at the same time, it's, I need to say something.
yeah.
I need to be able to have this open discussion and get other people involved. So when you guys jumped on board, it was just like, okay, well then, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. But the last couple of months too, as we did run into some negativity, but we've had some positive. We've met quite a few really cool and awesome people in the field, and that's what I kind of want to focus on is the good, like the
Yeah.
positive people that you can just being around them, you can tell what kind of person they are, and I don't know,
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah, they
hope
got
to focus on is the good parts and the positive, and why we do this. We want to look for growth, but also it's a community, and we want to all be a part of it, and we all want to have a good time and not regret the hundreds of money we spend to go travel and
yeah. Yeah. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much.
ho ho ho. That's a quote on the
Just
website.
like our t-shirts say.
Yep, our T-shirts. We got T-shirts, but we don't. We're not gonna sell them because
No, we have had like just within the last few months. And it's actually been really awesome because the bad has showed its true colors and the good has just been awesome.
Yeah.
And we've kind of recognized what's not working for us, what's not good for us, and we've kind of just left it in the past and learned from it, and we're moving on. And then we've got new people in our life that are amazing investigators, just phenomenal researchers. So it's really been amazing, and I can't wait to work with them again, but also, to have the experiences that we had, within our last few investigations too. It's aside from people in the field, our investigating has really stepped up.
Yeah.
And I feel like our evidence and just the way we've been investigating, we became very organic, and
Yeah.
we weren't using like any kind of itinerary. It was just we were going with it, and we were actually getting really great things. So I think that the whole way we're investigating, the shift that we've kind of taken is really awesome.
Yeah. We definitely should in the future include that with this hangout future episodes because it'd be cool to listen to it and then kind of discuss it on the fly, and then people can comment or even maybe join us and they can give us their input on some evidence or share their evidence.
Yeah.
Because I know, what was it, Jason? He had some really good stuff. Jason Faust. Was it Faust? Faust? Faust?
Yeah.
From Heartland Paranormal. He let us listen to some of his stuff, and his stuff just blew my mind.
Yeah. I still want to know who is Jeremiah?
Yeah, it's something we can look into in the future. But yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of just wanted to bring some positivity and also just get us out there some more too, because we do have good discussions, and I think we should let those conversations be public, and oh, because we usually just say on Hangouts, Google Hangouts. That's why it's called the North Star Hangout, because we're always in the Hangout and BSing and talking about stuff. Um, yeah, I'm itching to go back out there, but with all this George Daniel stuff, it's probably best that we don't plan too much crazy stuff. Too,
Yeah.
cause we're just with all the traveling and just all these events. It's kind of hard to go out of town, and
Yeah, we've got a couple investigations over the summer, but between George Daniels, that documentary, and then the second documentary, I think that it's best, and we all kind of agreed on that. Like, we needed to keep dates open and be available so that with those documentaries, if things come up for us to investigate, we can do so.
mm-hmm.
We do have one investigation scheduled for each month as far as May, June, July, and August. We even have stuff for the fall that's already booked, but we've been keeping it pretty minimum just so that we are available. So
Who's making that sound?
Dante is trying to make a nest.
Yeah, Emma's got a zoo.
I do. I've got 2 dogs, 4 cats, 2 birds, 2 bunnies, and 4 kids.
Oh yeah, it's busy there. But what else? I guess we can talk about Oh, what else do you have on your mind that we could talk about? How about this last year besides the last couple months? What was your favorite investigation from now
In
and
2018.
yeah, 2018? Because we went to a lot of places. Um, well, we went to the
Um,
Leduc house, and then but you were having it.
I think Fairlawn.
Did we do Fairlawn last year,
Out of 2018, I think Fairlawn was my favorite.
or was that 2017?
No, that was 2018.
Gee, it's just time just flies by. I
Because
we've been on so much. I've like, where did we go last year?
I really loved Fairlawn. I think that that was probably one of the funnest locations. Like, we go to a lot of places, and all of them have really great things about them. But being that it was nobody had been there,
Yeah,
it was almost like the spirits were like, who are these people and all these devices that they have? And me and Sean, we were getting a lot of really good stuff.
yeah.
But then it was, no, Ava, god damn it.
She's yelling at our kids now. That's just something we gotta deal with too. Is
Like, I'm seriously like about to cry. She is pissing me off.
what you doing?
Not live. Oh my god. Oh, cool. Dakota County Historical Society likes North Star.
Nice. Well, Fairlawn for me wasn't the funnest because that's probably the first time I regretted wearing shorts because it was that time of, I think it was May or March. Remember what month it was?
For Fairlawn?
Yeah.
That was November.
No, it was like spring or summer because
Oh, Fergus
for
Falls.
oh what the they all just mixed into one. My bad. I thought we were talking about Fergus Falls. Oh gosh, I still got the allergy brain. I'm still just
Yeah, Fergus Falls was awesome. I love Fergus Falls.
hopefully I can figure out how to turn out these stupid notifications from Facebook.
We should totally do this as like a podcast, like our favorite locations.
Yeah. So Fairlawn was yours. Mine would have to be Edinburgh, because that's where I've got the most personal experiences, I think.
Mm-hmm.
At least for going there multiple times. The first time was uh, with all of us, and you had your own experience. You can maybe share that. But I remember my side of the story is from being inside that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw you outside, and I was just like, it's too early. I'm just gonna let her be. I'm gonna drink my Dr Pepper and watch some cameras. And I was hearing whistling, like almost like Sean or Jody came in after me and was walking to the where we were set up, and no one was coming. I just kind of kept hearing someone whistling and footsteps walking up and down the hallway. Um, and then the second time was when I thought it would be a good idea to lay in the coffin. We were
Mm-hmm.
with Knops, and it was just me. It was Sean and I and Northern Outer Realm Paranormal Society. And I thought, I'll go lay in the coffin and close it. And then I don't remember exactly what I said, but all I remember is that something came up and tapped the coffin really good. That I think it was my first jump where I kind of was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's because I wasn't expecting it, and I was in a coffin. But yeah, that was. I think Edinburgh is my favorite place just because I've had more experiences, and it is really cool. It's not, in my opinion, though, the places besides I don't know all the wildlife, the cats and dogs, and the next door. I think it's a pretty
Hmm.
safe place, spiritual wise.
Yeah. It's sad that it has such a bad reputation
But
for
yeah,
being something evil, because it's really not.
maybe people who had bad experiences just maybe caught the ghosts or spirits on a bad day. We all have bad days, and I'm sure
Could be.
ghosts are like, "Hey, can you do this device?" And they like scratch him, tell him, get out of here. I don't want. I'm tired."
It could also be their approach
Yeah,
too.
yeah. If you're gonna be disrespectful to them, I'm sure it's not the case for everyone, but if you're gonna go in there disrespectful and demand and kind of just treat them like crap, they're gonna either be quiet or they're gonna give you some activity, and it's not gonna be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked Edinburgh. And I would really like to go down and stay for several days
Yeah,
rather than just stay for the one,
2 days
because I
is
felt
good.
like the building itself is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really need to have quite a bit of time to actually be able to spend in each area of the building. And because I was even getting activity outside,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah. Even during the day too, we're doing a last walkthrough. Emma and I, and along with Sean and Jody, and we were hearing the same whistles I was hearing earlier by myself, and they
yeah,
were doing it on command. So Edinburgh, it's active all times of day, and
yeah,
if you go there, you definitely need to go a couple days because you're gonna get more out of it if you are there longer, and
yeah.
they'll get
And
used
we
to
were
you.
even asking, because when we heard the whistling as a group, you had said that's what I heard earlier, and we asked, can you do it again? And it did.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything recording.
No, we didn't have a recorder on us. We didn't have, the only thing we had on us was the Sony um, snapshot camera.
Yeah,
And that
too.
was the only thing that we had.
Can't
And
take
at
pictures
that
of
point,
whistles.
it was like, it wasn't even that we cared about the evidence. Like, oh man, this is great evidence. Like, it was, we were thoroughly enjoying the fact that we were all sharing the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that place. I like Farrar too.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't like Farrar, and that kind of surprises me for how much activity is there.
yeah. It's also its own little. Edinburgh and Ferrara are kind of like the same, but not. They're both very active,
Hmm.
but uh,
Like, I had my creeped out moments at Farrar, but
I've had my horror stories with Ferrara, but none of it was paranormal.
yeah, I really like Farrar, and we actually spent 2 days there, and it was well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I would be able to go back down there and only spend one day.
Well, if you're gonna drive, the drive's not that bad. What was it, like 4 or 5 hours for Edinburgh or Ferrara?
Yeah,
But then again, those places just big and but
like Villisca or Malvern, that has to be two
yeah,
days because the 6 hour drive, it's just too much.
yeah. And then having to do that and then go back the next day, it's just.
Yeah.
I think that's what. When we get done with those types of investigations, we're just worn out and doing a drive back there and back in the same kind of day and a half. It takes its toll sitting in the car and then getting no sleep.
Yeah, you basically spend your entire day in the car.
And
The first day, the drive down, you're just talking about how excited you are, and then you get there and it's like you're all wound up because of your excitement, and then you investigate, and then you're so tired.
yeah, they only get like 1 hour, 2 hour if
You're
even.
just like, oh, I just want to leave. I want to go home and go to sleep and actually get decent sleep. But then you got to spend another 6 hours in the car.
Yeah,
So, like, the whole 6 hour ride home, there's like this unspoken truth about how tired we all
yeah.
are,
It's just
how
like,
desperate we are to just get home.
yeah, just let's just drive. We don't have to
Yeah.
talk. Just get home into bed.
And then we don't hear from each other for like 24 hours.
Yeah, because I
Like,
think
as soon as we know everybody's home okay, it's like, okay, it's an unspoken rule. We don't contact each other for 24 hours.
the investigation hangover. Um,
Well, the ride down to Edinburgh, that was a nice drive. I actually really enjoyed that drive. It
well,
made it seem not as long.
yeah, we found all the trees they have.
Yeah.
We learned that
It's a
Iowa has
wild
trees.
cow.
Yeah,
Me and Jody, on the way down to Villisca when we went, last month. We were driving down and she was asking me about what I had said about the cows when we were going down to Edinburgh. Because all those cows that we saw,
yeah,
there was like no farms in sight. So I was joking with her and I was like, oh, they're probably wild cows. So every time we saw cows on the way down to Villisca, we kept talking about, oh, look, more wild cows. That's our new thing, wild cows. Yeah, I really liked that drive though. Driving down 35 in Iowa just sucks.
yeah.
I was really surprised how close Malvern was to.
Yeah, it's like 30, 45 minutes.
Didn't seem like that long. Iowa's got good locations.
Huh?
Iowa has good locations.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go to other places though. As much as Iowa has good places, it's not the funnest state to drive in.
Yeah, that's true.
We're back to recording. It's hard to do this first episode because she got her zoo. Some of the animals got loose, and they had to go wrangle them up. Uh, so I guess we can talk about what else we like to do for our team, like what kind of content, and we did release some in April, I believe, the equipment videos, which we want to continue making those, but again, busy with this George stuff, so it's hard to kind of balance those out. But we'll try to. Well, yeah, we hope to make more. Just about
Yeah,
a matter of when and how, and we got time.
yeah, time permitting.
Yep. And I think if this thing works out, this hangout, we don't need to do update videos because we can just do them in these. And eventually, you'd like to have guests join us because there's a lot of interesting, amazing people in the field that we're not gonna like. I don't know. They can just join us on a hangout. We're not like a podcast. We're not gonna be like,
Yeah,
so da, 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 so you do da, da. You're just gonna join, or you just. We hope that if we do get people to join us on here, it's just to hang out. We're just hanging out, chatting. Nothing to keep it less formal, more hanging out,
Yeah.
more chilling. But we'll also have topics because we want to have some structure. We don't want it to be because if there's no structure, these episodes are gonna be like 5 hours long.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because we've done hangouts with, other people, and we can get chatty
Yeah.
to the point where it's a couple hours in and we're like, oh, we better get off and go to bed.
And then we keep talking, and then it's 2 a.m. and oh crap. And the next day
Yeah.
we're like, oh, I'm so tired. Need coffee. I guess we can go on to about North Star. Why? Who is North Star Paranormal Research? Who are we?
Well, we're a bunch of really cool cats.
Not anymore. After you said that,
we're
we lost all our cred.
we're pretty diverse. I think that as individuals, we all have like these really cool abilities that when we're put together, we're very dynamic, and it makes for us being unique as a team, but then it also kind of solidifies us as a team as well. If
Yeah.
we had lost any one of us, like, we're each so irreplaceable.
I guess we can save some more of the about North Star when uh, I think this weekend we're gonna film a second episode with the rest of the crew with Sean and Jody. They couldn't make it today because Jody's a student, very good student, hardworking student. Sean's got his kids and
He's got babies.
yeah, he's got babies and he works nights, so he needs to sleep.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to have them on tonight, but time permitting, they just weren't able to. So we figured we would go ahead and figure out, how we can work all of this out and be able to have kind of a jump start so that on Saturday, when the four of us are together, we can sit down and record this with no error.
Yeah, and make sure each kid is kenneled and gagged and maybe a muzzle and
Yeah, put all the animals and crates and
maybe he'll be feeling better by then.
yeah.
So I guess that's the end of this one, and we thank you for listening, and we love the paranormal field and the people in it, and we hope to continue making these and bringing more positive, more, I guess, I don't know. You got any final words?
Thank you for your continued support and
Yeah.
following along with us as we continue to progress with all of these projects that we're doing. And
And I think too, our main thing is be more active. We have a lot of. The thing is, with being busy in our lives too, in these projects, we don't have a lot of. It's like we go away for a while. It's like we take a vacation off of being a team,
yeah,
but we're even though we are working really hard on stuff, we're just there's like our pages is filled with crickets and wildlife, and they're just kind of living in there, and
yeah,
nothing's
it
happening.
seems like we're non-existent, but behind, you know, reality or closed doors, that's we are working our butts off. So it's sometimes the work overload can become a lot that we don't get the opportunity to sit down and write out long posts. So this is a really good way for us to
Yeah.
verbally get it out while we're working too, even. So
Yeah, it's something to do. And now that we're done with the George doc editing, which took us about 3 months, 4 months. Now
yeah.
that we do have a little bit more extra time, we can do more stuff like this. Yeah, so
Yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be a good opportunity and open a lot more doors to discussions, and
yeah,
definitely curious to hear back as far as, thoughts on, where what you would like to hear us talk about, or if there's anything in particular that, you have questions about as far as like paranormal or spiritualism, things like that, that we could help with.
yeah,
If we don't know the answer, we'll figure it out and learn new things together.
yeah. We are a community, so let's act like one.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll sign off and yeah. Good night, ghost people and fans or whatever you want to call yourself. I don't know.
Don't let the ghost bugs bite.
And sleep tight. I don't know why I said that. Well, we're not very professional. We can be professional, but we're just, most importantly, we're laid back people and like to have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know how to close these out. This is my first time doing something like this. Uh,
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.